Let's do a reading for the full moon lunar eclipse that's coming up on Tuesday. It's a really big deal. So they always say, they say it's going to rain, not to do any kind of manifestations or any kind of release rituals on an eclipse. It's just not the time to do it. The energy of an eclipse is to allow, to observe and allow. And I think it's really important right now because it's on the Libra Aries axis. So Libra is the natural ruler of seventh house, which is relationships. You define relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, okay? And on the opposite end is Aries, which is the natural ruler of the first house, which is me. So Libra, a full moon illuminates its opposite sign, okay? So Libra is illuminating Aries. We have North Node, Chiron, Sun, and now Mercury already in its shadow retrograde in Aries. So Libra is going to blast it open, close it off, and then blast it open again. So consider this the ultimate refresh. And the way that I am understanding it, to me, is that what this is going to illuminate for, I think, a good bit of us, and of course it always depends on where Aries is in your birth chart, but I think for a lot of us it is going to be radical acceptance. And that can get misconstrued sometimes. Radical acceptance isn't like Popeye, like I am what I am and that's all that I am. No, that's not it. Radical acceptance is, I take it in a couple different ways. It's one way of saying, I am like this because of X, Y, and Z, and this is a positive thing about me, so I'm putting up boundaries to protect that. On the opposite end, it's also saying, I am because of X, Y, Z, I recognize that it's a problem, and I'm willing to do the work, right? And if it's a problem, if it's causing issues for yourself or for other people in your life, and you value that connection, it's taking radical acceptance of your responsibility. No, it's taking radical acceptance for your role in any kind of issues that may be existing. So it's going away from Libra at its worst can be very people pleasing. Aries at its worst can be very, very egotistical. We're bringing up the best here, okay? So Libra at its best is all about fairness and equality. Aries at its best is all about standing in your own self-confidence, grounding yourself, and being authentic, okay? So we are owning ourselves. We're owning our roles that we play in other people's lives. Whether it's positive or negative, it's accepting, right? It's accepting and making change where is needed or making boundaries where is needed, okay? And with Mercury retrograde playing in on here, some of you might be noticing some miscommunication issues, maybe mixing up words, things are flying out of your mouth, and it's like, what? It happens. This is part of accepting your role that you play, accepting if it came out the wrong way, apologize. If it needs to be repaired, do the repair. If it was okay and it was like you're proud of yourself for doing that, give yourself a pat on the back and celebrate your win. Whatever it is, this is about illuminating you, right? Okay, let's start the reading. And I did shuffle already, so we're going to check out what's going on with you. The energy that you are attached to and how to navigate it. And remember, we're not manifesting right now. I'm not looking to release anything major right now with this eclipse, okay? We are accepting, allowing, observing, going with the flow, right? All right, so what is going on with you? Truth be told. Clarified by shadow. I swear I shuffled these. Followed by Chariot. I think we're getting honest with ourselves about a shadow here. Let's look at the story. Three of Swords. Queen of Wands, Judgment, Hierophant, Nine of Pentacles. Truth be told, since we're observing about ourselves, I have a shadow, Chariot, that I need to take control of. Three of Swords and Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is very confident. She's outgoing. With the Three of Swords, though, there's pain. There's pain and hurt here. Disappointment. With Judgment and the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is tradition, beliefs, values. Sometimes these things can be passed down through generations and family lines. Judgment. Some of you may be facing some judgment from family for not following their rules or their ways. And it's causing some pain. And maybe you haven't been completely honest about that. And Nine of Pentacles is stepping into that a little bit. I don't often talk about, things that I have gone through with my life. I will assure you that if I come on here to chat with you about anything that can help guide you through something, I have already been through it. Okay. I have been for the past 3 years. Actually, it's been my entire life, but it's really come to a head to make changes for the past 3 years. I was born into a family that really expected me to people please. I wasn't allowed to have a voice. I wasn't allowed to be angry. I wasn't allowed to be sad. I wasn't allowed to live life on my terms. I wasn't allowed to have an opinion. Everything I said and did was wrong. I could not do anything right. Nothing I did was right. And they always tried to mold me. And there was a realization that came to me when I wasn't serving in ways that they wanted me to serve. And then they were trying to control my own kid on how she spent her birthdays or how she communicated with adults, a teenager. It was bizarre to me. And I was watching them treat her as a teenager as they did me as a teenager. And I cut it off. Like, we don't need another person healing from this. So I shut it down. And it is very frowned upon. And I have been met with a lot of reproach and disgust for my choices. And that's okay. I've had to just stay silent, even though I'm still stalked and harassed via mail, which is, I really searched hard to find compassion for people that live with such hatred in their hearts. That must be a miserable life. And it's taken a while for me to get to the point where I say, I really hope you heal from that. You can't come back, but I really hope you heal from that, because that must be a miserable life. So if you are not being honest with yourself that you are going through some painful stuff, I think in an enmeshed family, which is what I was in an enmeshed family, it is believed that you can say, do, or act however you want towards a family member because you have the title, right? Mom, dad, grandparent, aunt, uncle, cousin, you name it. I can say, do, act however I please, even if it hurts you, and we can just sweep it under the rug and come back. And I don't live my life that way. And it is a cycle that I have chose to stop with me. I've been scapegoated because of it, but I'm not letting it continue to my kid. I find it very toxic, very old-fashioned, and I don't believe in it. So I have created new values, new definitions, and new standards for family, where we allow inclusivity, we allow people to be their authentic selves, and even if it's to the disappointment of others. And I think many people are going through that right now, and I just want you to know I support you. It will be okay. And healing from this is not linear. You're going to have some backtracks, right? Sometimes, I know I do, sometimes I say things and I'm like, oh my God, like there's something else that's ingrained in me that I've got to, pick out and sand over and repair. And I have to forgive myself for that. And I have to, if it comes out and I hurt someone, I immediately apologize. And I immediately say, I'm so sorry. I would never mean that. It's sometimes things come out wrong. And I have to, the awareness and consciousness of it is what makes a difference. And it's what sets me apart from the toxicity. So I know that was a lot. So, but truth be told, this is a shadow that you have to deal with. This is a shadow you were born to deal with and take control of. Chariot. And it's not easy, and it hurts, and there's pain, and there's resistance every step of the way. And it can get lonely here, and it can get awful thinking that the family you grew up with is not the family that you see now. The control, Chariot, can also be controlling. Remember what I said, Aries, at its worst, can be very controlling. The control that people try to exert over other people's lives is beyond me. I don't know why anyone would think they have a right to tell someone how they should spend their money, live their life, or raise their kids, or anything. That's not okay. So I hope you're putting up appropriate boundaries. And if you see yourself doing this to other people, I hope you're fixing it. That's what this is about. We're recognizing patterns and behaviors that are harmful to others, harmful to yourself. If you're being harmed by this stuff, we're recognizing it and we're putting a stop to it. Because Nine of Pentacles, we have got to live our best life while we're here. That's why we're here, to live our best life. So, what's going on with the energy you're attached to? Breathe. Veiled. Death. If you look at this breathe card, she's meditating. She's taking a break here. So I think the person that, or the energy, I should say, everything is energy, that you are dealing with death and veiled, you've blown apart something that has been covered over someone's eyes. You've put an end to something. Let's keep going though before the moon, which reflects veiled. The moon, full moon, eclipse, 10 of Cups, family, fulfillment. Four of Cups, discontent, depression. Wheel of Fortune, and I'm also going to go ahead and take this Nine of Cups that popped out with it. 10 of Pentacles. This is family. Didn't I just say that? You have blown the veil off of some toxic family bullshit. And the full moon illuminates happiness, right? So there's an ending here. I think with this energy, let me try, because I have a lot of words popping up in my brain right now. This actually may be some people waking up to see what you have been seeing for a very long time. When we blow the veil off of something, when we lift the veil off of something and say, please look at this. Like, there's red flags everywhere. Can you please look at this? Sometimes people really do go, okay, let me look. We take that veil off. There's endings here to some deception and fear. Like when I see these two together, illuminating happiness, but the moon can often can also represent fear. It can represent deception, shadow. There's something here about there's fear here. Wound, like you've blown the veil on the happy persona that exists for the family. We try to make everything look really perfect and great, but the reality is it's not as lovely. The patina is no good. It's not as great as it's pretended to be. And Four of Cups, we've ignored this for a very long time. You know, this is, if you see, like this person's focusing on 3 cups, but there's a brand new one being offered here. And I think this is cycles. We've ignored some cycles and patterns for a very long time, and you're blowing the veil on it, which is probably what you wanted in the first place. 9 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, right? So we've blown the veil on some stuff that we've wanted to keep hidden. This energy here, when I see the Wheel of Fortune, you know, this is cycles. This is things that keep repeating. History repeating, you know. History has been repetitive. And we've ignored things. We've ignored fears, deceptions. We've hidden things, secrets. That's the moon as well. Things have been hidden for a very long time, and you've blown the lid on it. And I don't think this person, energy, group, collective can really say anything but breathe. There's nothing left to say. Yep. This is what's happened. Yep. Actions and advice for you. Not for you. Relief. I almost feel like, because the Four of Cups is here with this Wheel of Fortune, yes, they've ignored some deception, fears, secrets within the family to make things look perfect for a very long time. And yes, these are patterns, but also they like it there. You may want them to see some things differently, but I think they actually like it there. Let's keep going with this. I'm going to come back to that. Let's see how this ties in. Not for you in relief. Ace of Wands. This is like the match, right? Striking the match, starting something new. This is potential, right? This situation here, these cycles, this could also be karmic cycles these people are stuck in. It's not for you. This is blazing a new path. Strength. Having the courage to. Hanged Man. Release and let go. Four of Wands. Relationships, connections, family. 9 of Wands, patterns, and then 5 of Pentacles. Sometimes you got to leave people out in the cold. Sometimes leaving is your strongest choice. That's what this says. Sometimes leaving is your strongest decision. 9 of Wands can be patterns, but it's also resiliency. They've been through a lot. This person has been through a lot, and they're standing their ground. They've learned a lot of lessons. There's a lot of wisdom in the 9 of Wands, protecting how far they've come. This could even be Four of Wands, protecting your version of happiness, relationship, connection, family, right? Having the courage to let go of anything that doesn't serve your values and beliefs, because this, whatever this is not for you. So if you're not doing that now, this is what's on your path coming up. If you are doing this now, keep going. Keep going. I want to figure out a little bit more here, because this 9 of Cups throws me. What is this 9 of Cups here? 7 of Wands. This is what they feel is the right thing to do. So the deception, lies, secrets, making things look better than they really are, even though they're ignoring a lot of stuff, even though these are patterns, even though these are cycles, even though you're trying to show them, right, this is actually what makes them feel happy and fulfilled, and they're going to defend it. I think I talked about this in a reading a couple weeks ago. You know, we're talking about difference between can and capability and wantability. So can these people change? Everybody can change. Do they want to? No. And, you know, boundaries, those can get misconstrued too. So boundaries is not saying, if you do this, I'm uncomfortable, so you have to change. Boundaries is saying, if you do this, that's fine, but I can't stay. I'm going. And I think that's what this is all about. Fine. And it brings great relief. It does bring relief. It's not overnight. It is not overnight. And there's pain here. There is pain. But staying in things that no longer serve us, staying in things that cause us pain, causes disease. It's stress. It puts stress on your mind, your body, your soul. Can't do that. It's not for you. These cycles, these patterns that these people want to stay stuck in, they're not for you. You have to get yourself out of that. And radical self-acceptance that that's not for you, right? We're not people-pleasing anymore. That's Libra. Aries is doing the very opposite of people-pleasing. It's just not what you were here to do. Even though others may try to convince you. It's just not. Okay?